nothing to discuss, oh. Cause I did by fault and without any doubt, oh. I'm a me happy adult, oh. I no go feed the girl, I no go feed the girl, it's out, oh. I'm a mind that's you talk, oh. I put my life into my job and I know I'm in trouble. She manipulate my love, oh. I know holy, and I know that devil. Like the Baba fry, oh. My eye, oh. Don't cry, oh. I need people and shadow. I need people and shadow. I need people and shadow. I need people and shadow.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Peace Kama. It's your girl Kama's Diary. Okay, I'm here with another episode and interesting topic that you all need to know. Remember, I'm going to bring you all important facts, things that concerns Canada you need to be aware of, that you need to know, that you need to have information about before you come. So just continue to click the like button, hit the subscription button, and please leave your comments. Okay, thank you all. See you all in the video. Hello. So yes, I'm going to be talking about the real and shocking struggles of international students that no one talks about. Like that particular one, nobody talks about. That's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. You all know I give it to you raw and the way it is, so you all are aware of what you are coming to face. Now, this is a disclaimer. I am not saying any of this so as to discourage anyone from coming or to make you lose the desire to come. No, but this is me preparing you for what you will face so that you'll be mentally and better prepared to face all of these things that are bound to occur when you come here. I wish I saw information about all of this before coming, or I wish some people told me about this, but no, I had to find all of this out myself in my course of staying here. So just keep watching to the end so you know the things to look out for and situations you'll be faced with in your stay here in Canada. Okay, so if you're coming as a student, okay, so now I'm not going to be too loud because I'm in a public space, so I might not be too loud or too audible, but I will ensure you all will hear me. Okay, now remember, I also said I need to practice soft speaking like my Canadian counterparts. Oh, is it counterparts? Like my fellow Canadians. Okay, I need to practice soft spokenness. So this is me practicing soft spokenness. Anyways, I hope you all can hear me. So the first thing you want to know as an international. So another thing I want you all to know is that if you're coming from Nigeria especially, and you're coming here as a student, you want to be sure to prepare your mind for everyday assignments and tests. You see, the Canadian system of education here is really different from what we know back home in Nigeria, because every day you're being taught something. The instructors, the lecturers want to assess. They want to test to see if you understand what you're being taught. And how will they do this? They are going to do this by means of assignments, class activities, daily assignments. So you can imagine you coming as an international student, and you know you're also going to be working, but then you also need to create time for these assignments, because these assignments, they also carry marks. So if you're given a class activities, you're going to have to do that in class. And if you're given an assignment that is meant for you to do at home and to submit it the next day, so you have to arrange your time properly. If you're not good at time management and, you know, arranging things by order of priority, you need to start learning to do that now. Because trust me, these tests and activities, they are very inevitable here if you're coming as a student. It is something you would meet, it is something you would encounter. I have some classmates or some fellow, colleagues who are finding it a bit difficult because they have to juggle between school, work, and the assignments. I have one telling me recently how it's difficult for him juggling between class activity, rushing off to work after class, and then having to prepare assignments. He told me he slept at 2 a.m. and then he has to wake up at 5 a.m. So how many hours of sleep is that? Less than highest 3 hours of sleep. And trust me, that is not even enough for one to function properly. So if you're not used to all of this, it's something you need to, arrange your affairs, arrange your time, and start practicing now, because studying here is no be beans, it's no child's play. Honestly, it is no child's play. The system of of education back in Nigeria is way different from their system here. So it's something you need to prepare for now mentally, so you won't have to find it difficult meeting up, because these assignments, like I said, they carry marks, and these their marks will sum total, we add to the mark you're going to be graded, or you're going to be assessed by at the end of your term or at the end of your program. So I want you all to be aware of that. Then another thing you need to be aware of is presentations, projects, and class activities. Now we all know back in Nigeria, we only have projects when we are about rounding up our studies and everything. Like we don't get projects often, but here, like every week we get projects. That is the truth. We get projects here every week. So you work on the projects. You might be paired in two pairs. Two pairs is a group, so you might be paired in twos to work on the project. So they want everyone to be involved in these project activities. They don't want to share you into five. Maybe say it's only 3 people that will do the work, or only 2 people that will do the work, and everybody will share equal marks. No, they will pair you just in two pairs as a group. They want everyone to be involved in the work. So if you're not used to making projects, or how to prepare, if you're not creative, if you don't know how to do assignments, if you are the one who is used to giving other people money to do assignments for you, and you want to come and study here, you have to have a rethink. Think twice, because you can't escape it here, and you are not going to pay anybody to do that for you here. You have to do it yourself. It's very important to do it yourself here. So that's another thing you need to note. And mind you, this is how they will catch you. Even if you say you want to pay your colleague, or you want to pay your classmates, say you prepare the project and everything, I will pay you. Do you know where they will catch you? You will come and present. Because after you have after you've done the project, you prepare the project, you present it before the class. You know that presentation you do when you go to make your project defense in Nigeria? After studies, after your entire program, you now go to project defense, or you're in a business sector, and you present a job proposal to your superiors or to investors. That project, we did one for class. After preparing the project and everything, you will come and present it to the class. You explain everything about the presentation, how you came up with your ideas, everything relating to it. So if you're not used to all of this, it's going to be very difficult for you. So that's another thing you need to know. Like I mentioned before, studying here is no child's play. So another thing you need to be aware of is everyday reading. So this is really important, because you need to keep up. You really need to keep up, because if you don't keep up, you find yourself forgetting things you studied, forgetting things you taught. It's very important to go back each day to revise whatever you've been taught every day, even if it's just for an hour. I know it might not be easy, because of course you want to work and all of that, but it's really important, because trust me, what brought you into this country is studies, right? And you do not want to do anything that would jeopardize that study you came here for, because if you don't do well, if you don't pass, you'd have to repeat, and that repetition or taking that particular course again is more added money for you. So it's better to put, invest your time, energy, and everything into it to see that you succeed in it. And like my school, if you don't meet up to the standard of the percentage you're meant to meet up, it is expulsion straight up. Like they don't even sugarcoat it. They told us straight, you have to meet a certain percentage. If you don't meet that percentage, you will be expelled. So that is it. It's very important you meet up with your expectations, with your requirements as a student. Does that make sense? I hope you get the gist. So another thing you want to know is that, oh my goodness, this one I find is very stressful. Like waking up very early every morning. So back home in Nigeria, I never liked waking up. I've never been an early bird. Like waking up very early is always a torture for me. Like I can be turning. I'll be contemplating, should I wake up, should I not get up, should I get up? Like I'll still be contemplating. But here, you have no choice. You just have to get up. Because one, you don't want to miss your boss. You have a time to resume. you have a time to resume classes and you don't want to wake up late, because if you wake up late you end up missing your bus. When you end up missing your bus, you'll be taking a later bus, and when you take a later bus you'll be getting to the class late, and when you get to the class late you've missed almost 50% of what they discussed for the morning session, and that is going to be a huge problem for you, because when you're not in the class, when the lecturer or the instructor comes in and when they start giving instructions and teaching, you're going to miss that part. And trust me, some of their test questions comes from the explanations they are giving in the class. Those sessions, those life situations they are giving, most of their test questions come from there, and when you miss it my dear, that's a problem. So you learn to wake up early. Like, it's not easy, because that morning, you see, that morning, it's really cold here. And imagine when you're just falling asleep and enjoying your sleep, and then boom, it's morning, you need to wake up. It's not easy for me. Like I mentioned, in Nigeria I've never been an early bird, so but I learn. You also need to prepare your mind for this. Know that you have to wake up early, you have to meet up. So just know that you're coming to study is not child's play here. Good. So another thing I want you to know is that you need to be punctual to class. I've touched a bit of this in the other one. You need to be punctual, because they give you marks for punctuality. Don't be no within Nigeria where they go say, hey, they will mark you for punctuality, or even if you don't come early in the morning, they will still mark you attendance. Big lie. If the instructor, the lecturer is in the class and you are not there, and they already marked attendance, then you now come, but then you've been marked absent for that morning. They don't want to know if you came in 5 minutes later or 2 minutes later. You are late is you are late. These Canadians are very punctual. They don't do African time. 8 o'clock is 8 o'clock. In fact, a minute, 2 minutes to 8 o'clock, your instructor, your lecturer is already in class. So tell me why you as a student who is coming to learn will be entering the class late. So punctuality here is a big deal. It is a big deal here. You need to be punctual. It's very important. Like I mentioned, to be punctual, you need to wake up early. And waking up early starts from you going to bed early the night before. You need to go to bed early the night before. So another thing you want to be aware of is that you need to come to school every day. Daily class attendance is really important. You see that thing we used to do in Nigeria, because me, I did it in Nigeria too. Like, you won't come to class every day. You will tell your friend, please mark attendance for me as present, like I'm around, or you tell somebody to write tests for you. You don't do that here. You have to be physically present every day. And all of this daily attendance, they also carry marks. All of this adds to the sum total of the mark you will get in your overall program. This is something we Africans overlook, because we believe that the theory and everything we do in class is more important than all these other parts. But for these ones here, Canadians here, they assess you with everything, because your personality, your character, they are going to judge you based on everything, because it's from everything sum totals your performance, and that is what they will write on your is it your certificate or your remark, everything. They are taking note of you. So if you don't meet up, if you don't come daily, if you don't do assignments, if you don't do tests, if you are not punctual, that is a problem. Honestly, that is a problem. And you want to do this because you want to get good remarks, because you're going to work. And when you're working, you need remarks from your school instructors, from your school lecturers. You're going to need references from them. How do you want them to report on you, talk about you, if you're not of good behavior when you're still studying? So you really need to be of good conduct, good time management, do your class activities promptly, because when you need them as references, they will have something good to say about you to your employer. This is really important. It is not just a saying matter. It is very important. This is what I have noticed when I came here. I was told about this, and I am noticing and experiencing it firsthand. So you all want to have that at the back of your mind before coming. Then another thing you want to be aware of, like I mentioned in my previous videos, it is the housing issue. It's not easy to get accommodation here, and the winter is going to be coming very soon. Students are finding it difficult getting proper accommodations, and one is advised to get proper accommodations before winter comes, because during winter nobody wants to leave the accommodation. people move from wherever it is they're living to new places during this summer period, because once it's winter, everywhere is cold. No one wants to be outdoors at that time, moving from one place to the other. So it's really, really difficult. That's something you want to know. If you're coming during this winter time, ensure you get your accommodation. If you know someone here, let them help you get accommodation. So when you come, you know you're settled with anything accommodation. So another thing I want to mention is, I've mentioned this before as well, finding it difficult getting jobs. So presently now, the reason why jobs are a bit scarce for international students is because of the timing. So say you're studying during the day and you only have time to work in the evenings. Most of these organizations, most of these jobs, they need more of daytime workers, not evening or part-time workers. So before you can get a job that is going to give you, or is going to employ you as a part-time worker, it's going to take a bit of time. So probably when students go back to school after summer, I believe more jobs will be open, because by then most students have gone back to their daily routine of work activities. So for now, it's a bit difficult getting jobs. Most of my classmates, majority of us are yet to get, in fact 90% of us are yet to get jobs presently. They all still job hunting. So another thing you want to be aware of is that financial struggle here is a real deal. It's a real deal. You come Canada, don't mean say you go get money. You go get money chap. No, you have to work your way up. The struggle is real here. High cost of living. I mentioned the amount for just one bedroom apartment here. Food price is hiked. We are crying in Nigeria that food prices is hiked. Food prices are high here also. Believe me, food prices are high here. I was watching a video on Instagram recently, and I got to realize that UK, they have the UK, food are a bit kind of cheap there. So but here food is not cheap here in Canada. So you have to have money to eat good food here as well. And you need to you need to be better prepared in terms of financial situation, because there are a whole lot of things that will take your money. So another thing you want to be aware of is phone plans here, like airtime, data situations. Believe me, you'll get caught up. Presently, I'm even caught up. See, if you are not careful, you'll go in debt here. I will not lie you. You will go in debt here if you are not careful. Just simple airtime alone can make you become a debtor. Like if you're not careful, you see these your phone plans and everything is expensive, and if you don't pay it off immediately, it's going to keep accumulating, and the more it's accumulating, there's interest on top. The money keeps going higher and higher, and it's going to be choking you. So just be careful of the phone plan you're getting when you come here. I mentioned before in one of my videos that when you come here, when you buy a new phone a SIM card, there is a connection fee of $60 that is included in your phone plan. Be careful of that. If I had known that you can talk to them to waive it, for some, not every of this communications company, not every one of them will waive it, but new communication companies will waive this connection fee for you. So just know the kind of SIM company or phone company you're going to be using. Don't get the one that is too expensive that will be choking you later, because like I mentioned, in everything here, tax will be on it. So I think that's all I'm going to cover in this video. I don't want to make it too long, and I hope I touched on 1 or 2 points, and I hope you learned from the things I talked about. And if you feel you don't want to listen, or none of this thing I said concern you, well, that is your business. Those that want to take this advice, please take it with your full and complete chest, because believe me, you will face it when you come here. So thank you all for watching. See you all in my next video. Bye.